Hello. This month's training is going to be using a tool from Magic School AI to grade your students' ECR. Okay, so let's go ahead and begin. Like I said earlier, we are going to be using a tool in Magic School to help us grade our students' ECR. But first, I do want to go over some of the files that we're going to be using in the tool. So all of these files I have gotten off of TEA. So this first one I have is a passage from last year's test. It is a fourth grade passage, and it's called From Surprise Kick. The next file I have is the prompt for the ECR from that passage last year. Okay. Then I have the rubric from TEA for the ECR. And then next I have a sample from the passage last year. This is a student sample. And then lastly, this is just a little instruction that we're going to input into the tool just to better help the tool grade the student's ECR. So it says, I want you to give feedback based on the rubric provided for the STAR test. I want you to also look at the article the students are reading to ensure their answers are accurate. Please give them an estimated score based on the rubric of 0, 1, 2, or 3. Also give them a separate score based on the conventions in the rubric of 0, 1, or 2. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and jump back over to Magic School AI so that I can show you how to use the tool. Okay, so now I'm back at Magic School AI and I am on the dashboard. I'm going to come over here to the left-hand side and look for where it says Launch to Students. Okay, then over here on the right-hand side, I'm going to click Launch New Room. Okay, now the only thing, usually when you open it up, it might have professional staff or it might have a different grade level. So just make sure that you put the appropriate grade level for whatever you teach. So for today, I'm going to leave it as fourth grade. Okay, then I'm going to click Next. Then you can either type it or scroll until you find the tool, but the tool is called Writing Feedback. So I see it right here. When you hover over it, it lets you click Add, and then you can see that it was added to the top. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and click Next on the right-hand side. And then I'm going to hover over it again, and I'm going to click on the Customize button. Okay, so now that we're here, on the left-hand side, this is where we're editing everything. And on the right-hand side, it shows you like a little preview of what it looks like for the students. Okay, so for the name, it says Writing Feedback. You can change this if you want. I'm going to leave it the same. Description, get feedback on your writing, grade level, fourth grade. So now I'm going to come down to where it says describe the assignment. I'm just going to type in write an extended, constructed response. And then type of feedback or rubric. This is where we're going to upload from our files. So I'm going to click attachment and then upload. And so it's going to open up to your files. You just have to go and find whatever you're going to be using for this tool, like for your students. So whatever the story is, the prompt, the rubric, all of that, you have to upload it into here. So like I said, I'm going to be using the ones that I showed you earlier. So I'm going to input the prompt, the story, and then the TEA rubric. Then I'm going to click open. Okay. Then underneath where it says additional instructions for the type of feedback, this is where I'm going to attach that instruction that I mentioned earlier. So that's this one right here, instructions. Okay. So now here on the right-hand side, this is what it's going to look like for the students. Okay. So now you can go ahead and click next. And like I said, that's what it's going to look like for those students. Then I'm going to go ahead and click save. And then on the right-hand side, we're going to click launch room. Okay, so now we have three options. You can do a link, you can share a link with them, you can do a Google Classroom, or you can share a code with them. I think the easiest would be doing a Google Classroom because everybody already has that set up, but it is up to you. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and just click on the Google Classroom. And then I'm going to choose the class that I want to upload it to. Okay, so here it automatically generates some info, so you can change it to whatever you want. You can title it, put some instructions, and then there's the link that the students will click on. And then here on the right-hand side, you can assign to all students or specific students, or you can change the due date or the topic. So I'm just going to go ahead and click assign, and then click view so we can see what it looks like. I'm going to click on the link. And so this is what the kids are going to see when they click on that link. They're just going to type their first name. So I'll just put in my name. They have to click this button down here that says I acknowledge. And then they're going to click on the writing feedback tool. So as you can see, everything that we uploaded is there. Please let them know that if they click the X, it will delete the prompt or any of the part of the files. If they do accidentally delete it, they can just go back and then go back in and it'll put it back. So just let them know not to click X on any of them before they upload their ECR. So now down here at the bottom, I'm just going to go ahead and upload the ECR, the student sample ECR, just so we can see what it's going to look like when the students upload theirs. Okay, so I'm going to grab the student sample and then click generate. Okay, so as you can see, it did grade it for them, and it's giving them like a breakdown of what their score is. So it gives them like an area of strength, areas for growth, general feedback on writing mechanics, and then it gives them the score. So for the extended constructed response, they received a 2 out of 3, and the conventions was a 1 out of 2. So overall, they got a score of a 3. So then after this, let's say you want them to edit it based on the feedback that they received. They can go and edit it and then resubmit it, and then it'll give them a new score. And that is it. That is how you use the writing feedback tool to grade your students' ECR. Thank you.